Blog Talk Radio.
Namaste! I welcome you with great love and great respect. This is the May 11th edition of the Meditative Living Show, and just kind of a happy satsang for a Swami and some meditators and folks who just, come along and like to share the space with us sometimes. I'm glad Ken is in. All right, good. It's good to hear. Ken's a new guy. He'll be calling in a little later. My name is His Holiness Swami Shivananda Giri, and I am the representative to you of His Holiness Mahamandeleshwar Paramahamsa Swarupananda Vishwaguru Maharaj. He was the very first American-born white man to be raised to the rank of Mahamandeleshwar within Hinduism. The Mahamandeleshwars are a group of 80 enlightened and liberated masters who take responsibility for earth humanity in their practices, their teachings, the way they speak. It is to anyone with a pulse. If you don't have a pulse, I don't think there's a whole lot we can do to help you at that point. But what we do is we initiate people into the path of meditation. And one of the aspects that really helps in the way we do this is we are a lineage of Shaktipat masters. Shaktipat means the descent of grace. When one receives Shaktipat from a master, an effect takes place. and it's not always the same, but they tend to follow a certain way of expressing themselves. And this takes place, and I can tell you this from my own experience, this takes place, this vibrational frequency influence, which is really, on the scientific level, this is what's occurring. The vibrational frequency of the master affects the one who comes close, if they are prepared for this. If not, nothing happens, and, nothing's supposed to. Those who are unworthy or unfit or whatever for that which I teach and what we give, those ones won't even listen to anything I've got to say. They'll hear the Swami and run away, They'll just think that's just the goofiest bunch of crap and, whatever. So if you have interest in any way whatsoever, I am more than happy to give you everything we have to offer. Which, the everything we have to offer is your enlightenment and liberation. That's all we do. We just give this to people. It's not for sale. And this vibrational frequency influence will occur regardless of the thoughts or speech engaged in by the master and the one who comes, the one who has a question, the seeker. When that seeker is ready, willing, and able to absorb this, it just happens. I'm not kidding. Odd things occur, and it's just totally natural. It's part of it's part of my everyday life, watching these things occur for people. And it is a great blessing. This is, the ending part of my practice is the giving of this to others and guiding them through the process as the Guru guided me. And he guides you too. I just represent him to you because he can't do the show. But I can. And I work with people almost every day through Facebook, through email, over the telephone. If you decide you would like to take up this practice, I become fully available to you. And you are free to contact me and ask anything you want. That's how it works. And if you do the practices as I instruct them, then you will get the results. And if you take this on and nothing happens in 3 months, I want you to quit. I'll make it like that. If you'll dedicate 3 months to doing the practices I recommend, you'll see results. Happens every time. And your practice will develop and deepen over time. And all kinds of interesting things could happen. Or it could be real subtle. Either way is just fine. Everything is still taking place. It's just some folks get very intense visuals or auditory or the kundalini sensations up the spine and that, the hot and cold and all that sort of thing. These things are completely normal to us. It just happens. It happens for a while, and that's that. Because when you do this practice, and it's been given you by a Shaktipat master, it changes your internal vibrational frequency for the period of time that you're doing the practice. And as you do this, it changes what's coming out of you. And the vibe that you give off constantly when you engage in this practice. And of course, the more you do it, the faster it works. But most people cannot jump into the high levels of the practice. It's something that just happens. You just keep moving along and things change and we adjust and you press on until you reach the goal. And the goal is not an experience. What we are going for is not perceived by the mind, nor registering to the senses. There's lots of other stuff that does that lays between where you sit now and the end. And for those who wish to play with those things, great. But I'm serving those who want to go directly to the goal with the least suffering and confusion involved. If one goes off trying to play around in other dimensions, on other worlds, yada, 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 you're going deeper and deeper and deeper into the dream. You're still in the puddle. You're not getting to the stillness. And that is where the master sits. And that's where I want you. I want you and me to sit next to each other in the owner's skybox of this planet that we're looking at, while we're still playing out the parts of the physical bodies on this planet. But we can be both at the same time. It's not something that it's not something you're not entitled to. It's the way things work. And there are many, many, many people who are on this planet at this time in bodies so that they can do this thing. And once this is done, they continue to function awake. And though life will continue to play out, it's not like it was. You understand, it's like being awake in a dream. and that even if it all goes away, you've lost nothing. Have we got Ken on the phone reset?
Yeah, let me just bring him in here.
Have we got Ken on the phone reset?
Yeah, let me just bring him in here.
Why do we have this?
I think Ken's got it playing in the background and needs to turn the volume down.
Yeah.
I think Ken's got it playing in the background and needs to turn the volume down.
Yeah. Is that better?
You don't have a headset, Ken?
No, all I have is a cell phone. And
turn the radio
I'm
down.
I'm all the
Just
way
talk on
across
the
the
phone.
room from my computer, too. Let me try to turn it down a little.
Computer and turn it off.
Yeah. I've got 2 sets of speakers on that thing. It's really noisy.
Well, they're doing a kick-ass job. We don't need that much effort right now.
Does that look better?
That sounds perfect to me.
Okay.
Namaste, Ken.
Namaste, Swami. How are you today?
I'm feeling pretty good. Thank you for asking. For those listening, Ken and I were chatting online here on the friendship agenda thing on Skype, and excuse me, I told him that if he would call in, I would be happy to initiate him in this practice that we do and the path that we follow, that the masters before us have followed. And here he is. Thank you for calling, Ken.
Thank you for having me.
Let me ask you, what sort of practices have you done up to this point?
Up to this time, well, I stretch, all my muscles that I can and loosen up, and then I get myself in a comfortable position. And then I just focus my energy on floating. I relax all my muscles. But I have to have white noise going in the background for me. I can't do it in total silence.
Well, this is going to change a bit. This practice we use mantra. Mantra, while there is an English meaning, it is not about the words. It is about the vibrational frequency that it creates. And that is what the mantra does with repetition. And it affects your outgoing vibration and also takes you inward to this silent, empty fullness that I speak about. Lots of things happen along the way. But whatever you get, just get a hold of me. Let me know what's going on. If anything needs to be changed, I'll take care of it. And off we go.
All right.
I'm going to give you the mantra. Just repeat after me. Om.
Excuse me?
Repeat after me.
Okay.
Om.
Om.
Nama.
Mama.
That's with an N, as in Nancy.
Okay.
So,
Mana.
once again, no, let me.
Om.
It's okay.
Mana.
Relax. Om.
Om.
Nama.
Mana.
Okay, I'm going to spell it for you. I want you to see it in your head. N, as in Nancy. A, M, as in Mary. A,
No.
H.
I'm
Nama.
listening.
Okay.
Nama. Okay.
Okay, we're almost done. One more word.
Let me move. My phone must be messing up on me. Okay, try that again now.
We'll start at the top. Om.
Okay. Om.
Nama. Shivaya.
Shivaya.
This is spelled Shivaya. Shivaya.
Shivaya. Okay.
That's it. Now, let's put it all together. Om Nama Shivaya.
Om Nama Shivaya.
Very close. Try the last one. Try it again.
Okay.
Say it again.
Om.
I want to hear you say it completely correct.
Om Nama Shivaya.
That's it. Now.
That's it.
Now, when you do meditation, when you sit, you close your eyes, no music, no noise, no white noise, no none of that. You don't want the objects of the senses drawing the senses out from the inside. Okay? And the mantra and repetition of it will help to guide the senses back inside if you have nothing pulling them on the outside. Okay? It takes practice, but this is what will occur. This is what is supposed to happen. Okay?
I understand what you're saying.
So, you do Om Namah Shivaya, repeat it over and over and over and over for 20 minutes.
Okay.
Then go live your life.
And go live my life, huh? Okay, sir, I will follow this practice. How many times a day?
For best and fastest effect, twice a day. Once in the morning, once in the evening, for 20 minutes each time. And then utilize it also when you're going to sleep. When you have laid down and you are going to sleep, use it then, and you'll find that it'll be helpful.
Well, thank you for that information, sir.
Are those time periods a problem for you?
No. I sit at home all day long, dude. I mean, I'm disabled. I got nothing but time on my hands.
I understand. No problem at all. We will utilize it, and we will make the most of what you have to work with, and eventually all the crap that you currently believe is Ken will fall off, and you'll see what's really going on, and you'll laugh your ass off. And you'll still
I
be Ken
appreciate
too.
it, sir.
It's going to be great. I look forward to working with you, Ken. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, Ken, one other thing. Are you still there?
He just hung up.
Oh, well, I know he's listening. Or, well, no, maybe he's not. He might not be able to hear me. Oh, that's right.
He'll still be in the chat though, won't he? Even if he's not, if he, I'm
He's
sure
just
he's
writing
listening.
he's writing something right now in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, he's back. Okay. Ken, also, if the cost of this item is not an issue for you, I would like you to get a copy of the book Play of Consciousness by Swami Muktananda. Swami Muktananda, who wrote that book, is the one who initiated the guru, who initiated the master I represent back in 1974 and gave him Shaktipat. Play of Consciousness is about Muktananda's process of awakening from his own point of view and experiences he had, and what Shaktipat is and how it affected him, and a lot of neat stories about him and his guru and that sort of thing. So, yeah, somebody write that into the chat. Somebody reset, if you would, type in Play of Consciousness by Swami Muktananda. Anyway, that is a book that will give you a lot of insight into the process that you are now engaging in. So, I am very thankful that Ken called in today. Excellent. Excellent. Reset, are you there?
Yeah, I'm just getting Ken a link to this book real quick here.
Cool. I wanted to ask you, it was a week ago today that we altered your practice a bit and expanded the utilization of the mantra, and I wanted to see what you have found.
Well, I've definitely needed it. There's been a lot more, I don't know, negative energy in this area lately. I kind of needed to meditate a little more lately with all the just weird things that have been happening around. Last night, the couple next door, I guess, got into a weird fight. And I don't know why, but for some reason, I just kind of instinctually, I guess, I don't know, put my hand on the wall and just kind of started saying the mantra. I don't know, but I mean, they did it did die down shortly thereafter, but I don't know what, if any, effect it had, But I don't know.
If your intent, if your intent in doing that was for those people to experience peace, not for you to get quiet, then, if that was the first thought,
yeah,
to help.
Yeah, it wasn't shut up. It was, wow, I just wish this was better.
All right, cool. Because, well done.
Thank you.
Utilizing this more often when issues arise.
Right.
Okay.
And I am noticing, I mean, things that would have driven me nuts, even 3-4 months ago, it seems. I mean, I don't know, I seem to be pretty chill at this point, and I don't know, I mean, one of the only things that's really changed has been, me utilizing meditation. I mean, I should be more than I am, but, you know.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine. I'm the only one qualified to judge that.
Mm.
And you are doing fine.
Okay.
All right? Don't think that you're slacking or anything else. You're doing exactly what you need to do. And that's that. What occurs from within will prove itself. It always does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very strange thing that when you find out that all this empirical knowledge that you've gained over time is actually bondage. And that's exactly the way it is. Not too many people have run into that part. It's true.
But the thing I guess I was kind of wondering was, I mean, you know, obviously meditation is supposed to, you know, help you get yourself in tune to certain things. But I mean, when you're meditating, like, you know, I was doing with the couple next door, I mean, can you just radiate out as far as you want? Or, I mean, can I affect the whole hotel, you think? Is it just the limit of my mind? Or what do you think that... No, okay, answer that. Housekeeping is here. Hold on one second.
I don't even know if he's coming back. The amount of distance that is affected increases as your practice matures. And at the point where you become a jivan mukti, which means you are freed while living, you have a vibrational frequency influence like a circle, 24 miles in all directions around you. So that's... I wouldn't encourage anyone to be concerned about distances or, you know, these things that go in that direction. Just do the practice. The effects come along. You don't do the practice to get the effects. The effects just show up. It's the practice and the doing of it that is the most important thing. Because without it, nothing happens. Okay, you're back?
Yes, I'm back.
All right. Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't. I literally just got back.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Sorry. Sorry, yeah,
no,
housekeeping
right.
is running
hey,
today.
You got to do what you got to do, dude.
Yep.
Type 1.
Yep.
We are in the moment. It's better or worse. What I was saying about you're now conceiving of effect for distance, that sort of thing. Rather than those thoughts, just do it and find out.
Okay.
Let it be whatever it is. I don't want to front load your mind with distances. You know, those are very worldly things that aren't important. The effect will occur. The effect will increase as your practice increases.
Okay.
And as the practice deepens, it will continue to do that. And it will be influential once you become Jivan Mukti, once you breathe while living. Once you hit that point, you have an effect over 24 miles in all directions. Up, down, sideways. There's a positive influence about that area of a spiritual nature. This is why ashrams are very often not in the city. They're out, away from society, where the master's influence is primary, and all the rest is somewhere else, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to even put thought towards anything that can be classified as or thought of as powers or abilities. Do the thing and let whatever happens happen. Know what I mean? Do the mantra. The rest will take care of itself. Don't have to think about it. Matter of fact, if you think about it, you can limit it. So we don't want that. We want unlimited potential, which is what then starts turning into these synchronistic events that so many folks are going through now.
I did one thing I maybe kind of wanted to bring up too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, the current solar flare stuff going on, and I don't know how many other people out there are actually noticing people seeming to act a little funny, I guess, lately. But we kind of almost got into it a little bit yesterday on Retta's show. It almost seems like now, if you're the solar, the flares, obviously they don't just affect the weather patterns on the Earth. They also affect human cognition and mental functioning and stuff. But it's almost seeming like if you're already in an agitated fear state, that's kind of being heightened, and if you're coming out of a meditative, still love place, that's kind of going to be heightened. So I don't know. I guess it almost seems to me like people that are angry out there, I mean, really just maybe start meditating. I mean, it would alleviate some of that weird negativity vibe you've been going through, and it might guide you into another area, I guess. I don't know. I've just seen a lot of people acting
That is
funny
absolutely
lately.
correct. That is absolutely correct. Reset, you, and me, and Brandon, and Ed, and His Holiness, and, we are the NWO's worst nightmare. They can't even touch us.
Huh? Trying, yeah.
And that's what it's about. See, I've been sent out here with my little bucket of mastery to say, here, have some. Have all you want. We got plenty. Because that's all it's about. It's not about His Holiness getting famous and rich and, this is about service. This is about making what we've found available to other humans. Just do it. If you want, go ahead. And you'll find out. And it's for anyone. It doesn't matter what you've done before. I don't care. I wasn't always a Swami. I've been in buildings I'd rather not been in for periods of time I probably wouldn't have stayed. So it doesn't matter. We've all had our lives. That was your job, to develop this character, this name that you answer to. You have to do that. You have to completely forget that you're all this stuff that you see. Past, present, and future. All realms, all dimensions, all of it, always have been, cannot be other than. It appears that you are individuated and a singular body at the moment, but this is only an appearance. This is the appearance that the powers that were must keep you in, or you'll see right through all the stuff. So yes, I mean that you nailed it on the head. That's what when His Holiness and I talk about, you know, our service, our mission. It's about utilizing the internet to reach around the world, available 24/7 in archives, giving initiation. Anyone who listened to that and practices it themselves, what I did with Ken there, if you were to listen back to it and, you know, get that all yourself where you're comfortable, you are initiated. That is how we're doing this. This has not been done before. I guarantee you. People used to fly around the world to run into people like His Holiness and myself, and perhaps have the opportunity to be touched by them, or, you know, for this transmission to take place. Well, he and I decided, he decided, he was given this mission by his group to bring Sanatana Dharma, which means the eternal way, to the West, and explain it in a Western way. So it's not all Sanskrit and a foreign language and completely inconceivable ideas. Well, what have we made it now? A small group of us who do this thing, we do this practice, we get together, we talk about it, and more people come along. Each working towards their own inner discoveries. Each perfect in whatever it is that they're experiencing. And I really want to be strong about this, because I've known seekers who have put themselves down because they were having more subtle progression than others who might have flashy visual stuff or, you know, things like that. It doesn't matter. It's occurring. That's what's important. You know? Not the not the way that it expresses. That's not important at all. There is no prize to be won for the coolest experience. And at the end, most technically, the awakening or that state, there's nothing to be experienced, nothing to have the experience. It's just you. Empty fullness. That's what I called it the first time. Empty fullness. Everything is there. Merely potential. Nothing manifested yet. And when I first experienced that, I, in error, associated it with past. As if, oh, somehow I am now before the creation, before it took place. Well, that's a relatively natural way to interpret that when it happens, but it's incorrect. Because it's not a past thing, it's a now thing. Because that state doesn't change, ever, no matter what is occurring in the world of vibrational frequency. That is always at rest. It's just there. It's missing nothing. You can't add anything to it. Can't take anything away. It's just perfect the way it is. And it's infinite and eternal. And that's you. And all this time you thought you were something else, this full body. It's not that way. It's not that way. And, you know, I feel very, very lucky that I found this path when I did. It's freed me from the suffering. Does that mean everything in my life makes me happy? No. Do I fret? No. Things have effects. Emotions are valid, useful, appropriate, especially in social situations. So you still have those things. That's not, you know, it doesn't go away. You just get a lot more mellow. You know what's going on. You're watching the movie and you're in it too. You're the actor-director. Except from the above point of view. See, a lot of people get this when they think of God consciousness, and then they want to associate that with fixing anything negative in their little individualized life. No. That's not how it works at all. And that's wrong to think. If anybody's idea of enlightenment is that, you have been deceived. That's not what it's for.
That was the idea behind The Secret, wasn't it?
Well, there's been a number of, this law of attraction thing, all that stuff. There's some value in it, but you're not being given all the real stuff it takes to make it work. You know?
And it also seemed like the main focus was, okay, well, if you just meditate, on this long enough, you can bring, the shiny new car into your life, you get this big house. It was all focused on material possessions and getting them for yourself, if you think about it hard enough or something.
Right. And who does that, who are they targeting?
Well, folks with money, I assume.
Right. Now it comes to, let's look at the difference between what we do and the effect it has, and the cost. Has there been any cost to you whatsoever?
No? Just a little time, but what's that?
Well, that's your choice.
Yeah.
That's your free will. You can do with it as you wish. You're the only one in control. But what we do pays off. I don't know how many people have a copy of The Secret or The Law of Attraction or whatever through Open Book Club that don't have the new relationship, that don't have the new car, that don't have the new job. Because you're going at it from the wrong direction. And it never works. There are some psychic type of things that can be done along those lines, but it's not forever. Even once you gain, like in what we do, there are things called siddhi, yogic powers, which are really just misunderstood. But these things occur. They're very subtle things. But they do happen. But it's not something that a responsible master would ever give someone a technique in order to get a power. That's no. If a power shows up, great. If something, air quotes here, miraculous occurs, great. That's cool. And everybody sees it, wonderful. If just you see it, wonderful. But if you had no thought in bringing that to be, then you know that is perfect just the way it is. And if you were of a mind to try to manifest something, it might be something you're trying to take the power and use in a way to satisfy your ego. And this we don't want. Because that will lead you down a road with plenty of problems. It can be done, but you don't want it. You don't want to go that way. Because you got to turn around and do all the right stuff, So it's just not a good idea to go after powers. When they show up, they're fun. It's cool. It's a blast. But to go after them is going in the wrong direction. Hope. It's a wave, literally, and in the Vedic teachings and the texts of Kashmir Shaivism, this is referred to as the initiate, the one who starts the practices after being given the mantra by a master. From then on, until they're done, they are riding a wave of grace, which for quite a while they won't recognize it as that at all, because they'll be too focused on themselves and their little problems and their day-to-day whatever. Okay? You got to get really mellow. Very centered, still, before you really, get a hold of it. But if you don't work at it, it will not occur. And this is the way it's done. So I just go grab a hold of it and ride it for all it's worth. That's where it stops. It's exactly where you want to be. The most powerful position to be in. And you get it? By giving up everything. It's true. You got to give it all up. You surrender. You just go, I don't want it. It's a problem. It's a pain in the ass. I just didn't see it that way before, Reset, thank you so much for the service. Bye.
Thank you for the time.
Sonic, thank you for making this available. This is my first time in the Type 1 Pistachio Lounge. Anybody listening, either live or in archive, doesn't know what the pistachio is for.
It's the greatest piece of radio of all time.
Yeah.
You've got to go listen to Vinny Eastwood's appearance on the Type 1 Radio Lounge from last week. And I'll say no more. And
You're a legend.
Yeah. Wasn't that just the funniest thing you ever heard in your life?
Oh, man.
It was really different. It was really different.
It was shockingly. It was Monty Python-esque in its beauty, its art. It was just spot on. I don't want noodles, Grandma. I want pot rolls.
Okay, and anybody who knows Vinny Eastwood, this guy nearly brought Vinny Eastwood to a stop.
Oh, he did. He did. He batted him out of the park, mate. Vinny didn't stand a chance.
Okay, and that's saying something.
No, that's saying something.
He's just a smart ass. That's
Yeah.
what he He's funny as hell. But this guy, he took us all down the road. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He went down a little rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll go again.
Yes. Every fucking week.
All right, I'm going to wrap
All right.
up.
Okay, namaste.
Namaste, Swami.
Oh,
Great
Namaste.
Namah Shivaya.
I really thought you taught Ken the Master brilliantly.
What's that?
You taught Ken, you initiated Ken very beautifully, I thought.
Oh, my God, you should have heard me trip over it when I learned it. I nearly lost a tooth trying to say it the first time.
Really?
You want out music?
Yeah, let's hit the outro and go home.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Namaste, Swami. Good night.
Good night.
I'll
See you tomorrow.